Ooh.
I love that song. I
Me
love
too,
that intro.
Me too.
I love it.
The table just shook.
I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
Stay in your chair. Man, welcome back to our second installment of the new reformatted YouTube show for the students here at Crossroads Student Ministry. It is the Crossroads Student Show with Mark and Dan.
Damn!
That's way too excited.
Too much.
We are so, man, my beard hair is tickling the inside of my nose.
I hate when that happens.
No, you don't have a beard.
Students, I mean, I used to. Students, you know how you grow beards? Do you ever experience?
All you female students out there, do you know how you grow the facial beard? Right.
Fun fact.
What?
Shouldn't say this on YouTube Live.
Do it.
First thing I noticed about Crystal was facial hair. Because I was going through a season realizing girls have facial hair too. It's just really fine.
But you don't ever really say anything about it.
Well, I didn't say anything about it until after I married her. And then I told her that was
Do me a favor, don't let her watch this show.
Yeah. Crystal, you can start watching right now.
So, go ahead and judge us. We have a lot of issues. Hey, we're glad you're joining us tonight. I want to give a quick follow-up because last week I went on a bit of a rant about some things. And I need to follow up.
You need to say, I think you need to apologize.
I do.
Really.
I just need to. I'm sorry I went off so much on this, but I do have to clarify. What's up, Saharan Dust Storm? Where you at, bro? Seriously.
No. Apologize for being mean to it. It didn't show up. You literally scared it away, Mark.
I'm upset about all the hype. Seriously, I'm not apologizing. Saharan Dust Storm, are you kidding me? I make more dust when I change the litter box at home. Seriously. Saharan Dust Storm, are you kidding me? My grandmother can make a better dust storm than that. Saharan Dust Storm, are you kidding me? I make more dust when I clean off the fan blades in my house, and we don't ever clean those off for like 10 years. And so, are you serious? Sorry, I'm upset.
Mark,
I'm upset because everybody was so worried about the dust storm. And I even, honestly, I even missed the sunsets that everybody was talking about were so spectacular because of the dust storm. I'm sorry.
Did you look outside?
I was
there. You can't see a sunset if you're not outside looking at it.
Well, you're yelling a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, I apologize, but not really. I'm ashamed of you, dust storm. I'll just say that. Hey, but I do have some good news, right?
What?
Some of you might have heard some things are coming back a little bit, like the NBA has been working on that plan to come back. In Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, right? I think it's still happening.
Maybe, possibly.
So that's kind of good. But I do a little bit of bad news. The beaches, because there's more spikes in cases of COVID, probably will be closed. So bust out your kiddie pool, run through the sprinkler in your front yard like I did because I was poor. We didn't have a pool. Wow. We just ran through it. And that's all we did. So that's kind of where we're at now. But I do have even better news to share with you. If you missed it, if you missed our Eat It Challenge last week, we've got another one for you this week. I just do have to tell you.
Can I say this so fast?
Yeah.
I don't want to do this, Mark.
No, you don't. And I don't either, but it's for them. It's for them.
So should we say stop what you're doing, share this with someone, because we're going to eat some stuff here in just 2 minutes that I don't want to put into my body. But I'm doing it so that you share this content with your friend. You have about 2 minutes, and we're going to be doing that.
Yeah.
So get on sharing this now.
Get on sharing
Get
this?
on. I don't know. Click on.
Click on. No. Continuing on?
Continue.
No.
Be on.
Just share the dang thing and like
this video. Oh, anyway.
Okay. To just sum it up.
Sorry.
So now that you shared that with everybody, last week we did Tostitos pizza rolls with ghost pepper sauce, like authentic real ghost pepper sauce.
How'd your tum-tum feel?
I just got to tell you, it burned on the way in, and it also burned on the way out. I'm just going to tell you the truth.
I think I might still be sweating from it.
Yeah,
that's how hot it is.
So never again. We are never doing that again. But we will put ourselves at risk for you. It's for the children.
So share this now. Like it, share it, and then we're doing this thing. Comment up a storm.
Comment up a dust storm. Give the Saharan Dust Storm some competition. So that was our challenge. Last week. So today, Sunday night, right now, you just started watching. We're about to do another one in a minute, a new challenge. But before we do that, I also need to tell you about something I'm just proud about. It's this week on the internet. Our new segment, showing you.
Google. You Google things, and we find all these funny videos. And one of the clips was actually suggested last week.
And we've got one from a student. Yep. So I want to tell you, as you see this segment in just a few minutes, my neck itched all of a sudden. As you see this segment, Thanks. That was so creepy. As you see this segment in a few seconds, I do want to encourage you. Every week, we want your submissions. Send us the most ridiculous videos you can find on the internet, within reason, obviously, and send them to us, and we'll put them on the show and give you credit for it when we can remember to do so, which is probably never, but we'll try to give you credit for it.
Our hearts. This isn't the hearts. We'll give you credit.
I got to say something right now.
Yes.
And we have a brand new spoof song tonight coming at you, and it seriously might just star some of the most amazing people in the world. That's all I'm going to tell you, and none of those people are you. So I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
Wow.
Although the people in it are pretty awesome. You're going to see they're incredible people.
Talented. They're talented.
Yeah. We can't wait to share.
Skill set.
Some of them are really handsome and bearded.
One of them is.
So anyway, but today, right now, we're gonna jump into our Eat Challenge.
Everybody wants to party.
So eat challenge.
Yeah.
What we do is we pick foods that might be fun to eat, and then we consume them for your enjoyment. So tonight we have special guests joining the show all the way from
Puebla, Mexico, right?
Puebla, Mexico. So to celebrate their culture,
just to celebrate different cultures. We're trying different foods that normal, sane people probably would never eat. So we are going to start with, I like to call this a box of crickets. And so we got some crickets that are, we're going to start with a salt and vinegar flavor, and then we're going to move on to a bacon and cheese flavor, and then a sour cream and onion flavor. So we're going to bust out.
Can we just do one?
No, you do it. We're the whole bag in your mouth.
Okay, I'm going to show you people.
These are authentic. These are real.
That is as real as you can get.
It sort of looks like the chunk of earwax from Dan's ear, but it's really creepy.
7 in my hand.
Right. Okay. Here we go. I'm just gonna go in.
Share this content,
right?
Because we're doing this. I am doing this
for you. If you let us down and don't share it, I'm gonna regurgitate these. And no, I won't do that. All right. I spent a lot of money on this. I don't want to waste it.
1.
All right. 3. All but 1, Stan.
2.
3, 2, 1. Oh! It's just the idea. It's really not.
I'm eating a head of a cricket right now.
Wow. That salt and vinegar is really. You know what? The salt and vinegar part is worse than the cricket.
I disagree. I think the cricket is the worst part of the cricket.
You need to get some water. No, we can't. We got something waiting for you. All right. Salt and vinegar stuff, man, that was a little. All right. So maybe these will be better.
Nope.
These are. These are the. What? Look, they're not crickets. They're crickets. This is the bacon and cheese. Oh my goodness. Dan, another stupid idea. What do we do?
Yes. Did you have to rank the overall flavor of the sea salt and vinegar cricket? Don't show me that. What would you give? Scale of 1 to 5. Would you give it a 4, a 3, a 2?
Too salty.
Yeah, I'd give it a 2. It's very salty.
I get the beard here. It's tickling my nose.
Come here, bacon crickets.
Bacon and crickets cheese. No, bacon and cheese crickets.
Bacon.
All right, ready, set, go. All one. Ow. I think a head fell off. Oh, I was just I thought it was not so bad. Here's one. I dropped it. Oh, those are better. I mean, still, I'm eating a cricket, so it's not great. But, yeah. All right, last one.
Texture-wise, just so you all can know, they're crunchy. They have a little bit of like air crunch to them, and then there's cheese flavor.
Look at that junk. Look at that junk. All right.
What is this? Sour cream and onion cricket.
My favorite flavor of Pringles, so maybe this will bring me joy. I don't think it will. I mean, they're really not terrible, but it's just the idea of knowing I'm eating something that was in my yard last night.
You found these in your yard?
Where is it just a spot with a dog piece? All right, go. I think these ones are stale.
You can tell the difference?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you never eaten cricket before?
No! Look. That's just too gross. This is a cricket head I'm holding.
All right.
I need something else to consume that doesn't taste like cricket.
Okay.
Please give me something good, Mark.
I got you, bro. I will not promise it's good because I'm pretty sure it's awful. I've never. Oh, oh no, the juice. All right, these are not crickets.
They're not crickets. Okay, I'm excited. What do you got? Now, what does that smell? No!
These are. Oh, it's so slimy. These are Beach Cliff sardines, and the canister just urinated on us. So hold on, I've never.
Again, I say you best share this.
At least they took the heads off.
Oh God! Oh no!
Here's a paper towel.
I don't want to do this.
Take some of that. You might need it if it dribbles down. Hold on. This might be a good idea.
No. All right,
Okay.
give me a sardine.
Take one and pass it on. Oh, this. Wait.
So sardines is just a fish, right?
I think so.
Uncooked fish.
No, I don't know.
I don't like fish.
It keeps on falling apart. All right, here we go. Here's mine. We got to eat two. That's all.
No, I'm eating one.
Just one. All right. Ready? Oh, look at it. Look at it drip. If I squeeze it, let's see what happens.
No.
There it goes.
Just put it in your mouth.
Oh.
Nope.
It's just like tuna.
It tastes like fish, and I'm not a fan.
Oh. Let's just put that away. I'm going to hide this in a dark, unseen corner in Dan's office, and it's going to stay there. That was actually pretty gross.
It's just turning into my least
All right,
favorite episode.
All right, here to show Dan I love and
I need to
appreciate
rinse
him.
it down.
I need to give him something to rinse it down. Dan, tell him what this is, bro. This is ranch dressing soda from a guy named Lester's Fixin'. Thanks a lot, Lester.
Why would you do this? I just spit sardine.
Oh, it's all right. I just spilled it all over your floor. Not my office. All right. So I think we just take a couple big swigs, and we just.
Oh, I made a mistake.
It smells like
ranch.
My underarm. Ranch. Right. Yeah. All right, ready?
Oh no.
Set.
I don't.
Right. Set. You actually got to drink it.
Okay.
Like. Okay. I had a little sardine burp. All right. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2.
It's in my mouth.
It's the aftertaste. It tastes like a plate of onion dip. So if you want to pick up something terrible,
don't do it.
All right. Okay, that's actually it. So that's the awful stuff we do.
In my mouth. I'm still have bits.
I've got
like this video because we deserve it. Share this video because we deserve it. And watch this video.
I am sweating and I smell like sardines.
I can't maintain control anymore, Mark. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Nice, Ron.
I sneezed. Oh, I'm not allowed to sneeze.
It feels good.
Want a cup of Wilkins coffee? What'll Mr. Wilkins do if I don't? Oh, he'll probably put his foot down.
What do you mean?
I'm glad you came along. Partner, I want to sing a song just for you. 'Cause you're my special friend. Special friend.
Dan, you are my special friend. I just want you to know that.
Special friend.
So that is some of the creepy quality that the internet provides you. Again, for students, for this week on the internet, we always want you to DM us. You can text Dan or I if you have that. You can use no, they can't use Facebook. That's for their moms. Instagram. You can DM us to where?
Crossroads. Students.crossroads.
So any link to one of these videos that you're like, they have to use us. I don't remember what students sent us the Wilkins coffee thing. So that Wilkins coffee little advert that was in there is from like the 1940s, 50s?
Younger.
And there was some pretty violent stuff. That was anyway. So that's this week on the internet. We love doing that. Yes, Dan.
Woo! I don't like the eat segment, Mark. It makes me feel bad on the inside.
Well, it matches the way your face looks. Anyway, all right. No, anyway, yeah, it's fun, Dan. Remember, we do this for them.
We do this for the students. Because everything's for the students.
I'm
the
not
sardine
drinking.
Smell is still in this office because it's open right there.
I think I got a wing like stuck right here.
I keep like getting like legs in the cheek. You know how sometimes you eat popcorn and like you wake up the next morning like, why is there popcorn in my mouth? I'm gonna have that with crickets.
I think next time, Dan, we should get together, watch a movie, and eat a bowl full of crickets instead of popcorn.
No.
Moving
right along.
Let's do this.
So
Let's go.
Tonight we have an excellent conversation coming your way. Sometimes, Mark, we talk.
All the time we talk.
Sometimes we have students on, and those are excellent conversations. But not every time do we have a full-length conversation with students and an adult leader. And this week we have special guests.
This is not just some adult leader.
No. So I don't know if you know, Mark, we go on mission trips. As high schools go on mission trips every summer to
Puebla, Mexico, to partner with our sister church down there, El Puente.
So since Mexico is also experiencing COVID, and we're experiencing COVID, and we want to tonight kind of bring awareness to the reality of the world to each of us. Sometimes we can get kind of focused on our own self, focused on our own lives daily, but tonight we want to, cricket, remind everyone... It's going to be weird. Remind everyone, like, there are other people existing, and they're experiencing this, and when we can realize that the body of Christ is bigger than just our little bubble,
that is key.
That we can have a worldwide impact. So tonight, joining the show in just 2 seconds, as soon as I click a button, we have
one of our own students, Abby Jordan.
Yes.
I mean, she's good, but she's only from here.
And we have
Anna Sophia.
And finally,
and we have Pastor Carlos, the lead pastor of El Puente, and he is an awesome dude.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Oh, they're still there. Great.
Oh, they're here.
I thought
they
by
haven't
now,
left.
I thought by now they'd be like, these guys are idiots. I'm getting out of here.
Welcome to the show tonight, you 3 people, not 4, because you're here with me.
I don't count.
You know, how's everybody doing?
Good. That was disgusting. Let me say that. That was
it was
very disgusting to
Abby,
watch.
you
didn't eat it.
Abby, I will
glad I
drive
did
to
not
your
eat
house
it.
because I know where you live. I'm going to drive and put these in your mom's car and just let them sit there. The sardines.
Oof.
And then she'll hate me for that. No, I won't do that. I'll put them in your room. I
kinda
don't know your room is.
I kind of hate you, Mark, right now.
I don't.
Even though, in my defense, it was my idea, this week's food. Not the sardines or the ranch, but the crickets were my idea.
What do you guys think we should do next week for our Eat It
No,
challenge? I'm just curious.
no.
I don't know.
Thank you. Say nothing. Nothing.
I have a
Anything,
question.
but I can't
Yes,
think of
Carlos.
Yeah.
Do you have any crickets left?
No, we ate them all.
I'm hungry,
Unfortunately,
man.
They have been
Are you hungry?
He hasn't had lunch yet.
I have an idea.
And
Oh, that's
next
right.
it's a thing.
We ate in front of him, and he hasn't eaten lunch yet. I'm sorry. Or
I know.
whatever.
That was
dinner
cruel.
like I don't know. All right. So yeah, we just kind of. How do we want to start this, Dan? 'Cause
I want to start by getting to know
I'm
everyone
starstruck
on this call
right now.
because I know Abby. She's been around,
I mean, she's okay.
but there's half the screen that I'm not. I don't know that much. So, Sophia, let's start with you. Can you just let us know a little bit about yourself? What grade are you in? What are you doing for school nowadays? And what's a hobby that you have?
Well, I am a senior. Well, I'm going to be a senior this year. That's kind of scary to say out loud.
You're not going to be a senior. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I've known Anna for a lot of years now. That's crazy. That's awesome, though. But all right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it is pretty scary. And I can't think of anything.
What do you do for fun?
See. I like to read.
What do you? Okay. What's your favorite type of book to read?
Learn new languages. Favorite book to read. Oh, that's tough. It's like asking a parent.
The Bible. Say the Bible. It's the Bible for the win. Too late now. Don't say it. I don't.
Moments pass. Moments pass.
How many languages do you speak, though?
I know Spanish and English fluently. I sort of know French, and just because of quarantine, I started learning Italian.
Just because you got bored? I just got bored. I'm gonna learn Italian.
You know what I did when I got bored? I ate crickets.
Yeah, Dan and I ate crickets when we're bored because that's how educated we are. That's awesome.
I guess you could read a book. That's cool.
I don't.
Carlos, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Tell us about the church that we partner with, and what do you do for fun?
Okay. I live in Puebla. This is actually where I was born and raised. I got to go to college in the United States and ended up living there for 14 years. And then I became a missionary, came back and helped with a church plant that I'm now leading the church called El Puente. And we've done things with Crossroads. We are doing things with Crossroads right now.
Yep.
What do I do for fun? This may date me a little bit, but I really enjoy playing Age of Empires over and over and over again.
That's like a classic PC game.
Yeah.
Classic.
I also know you enjoy playing soccer because one time we played soccer in one of the parks there near the mall. That was
Did
fun.
you lose?
No, I don't know. I don't remember. But there are some other guys there that just made me look like I was nobody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was fun.
Sad.
Yep.
Abby.
I'm Abby.
Hi.
Hey, I'm 15.
What is that?
Hey.
I guess I could say I'm in 10th grade now. I enjoy playing volleyball. I play indoor and beach volleyball, so yeah.
Nice.
That's me spiking. Not very good at volleyball.
Sorry, I'm still washing out the sardines.
Yeah, it's not going. The flavor is still there. Where is Puebla at? Can you let us? Where's it at?
Yeah. It's basically in the central part of Mexico. It's between Mexico City, which is right in the middle. If you think of Mexico, the country, as a triangle, we're like right here.
Okay. How far away from Raleigh would you think it is?
When I've gone up, I've taken 2 flights, about 2 hours every flight. So in 4 hours, I could be there.
So it's similar distance from like North Carolina to Ohio, which is where I'm from, than from here to Puebla, which is crazy. Like I never, like in my mind, connected that how close.
But that's also by flying on a plane.
Yeah, that's by flying on a plane.
Get out.
I think for Ohio, like it was an hour and a half, an hour and like 20-minute flight. So it might be like 20 minutes.
But
per
the difference
flight
is
longer.
no one wants to go to Ohio, and people actually want to go see their friends in Puebla.
True story.
So yeah, it's nothing but cornfields and Dan. That's all it is.
Not me.
Cornfields
I'm
and
here now.
His family.
Yeah,
which are okay.
They're great people.
But their name's hard to pronounce. Swikala.
Yeah.
Swikalalala. All right, go ahead.
I mean, I've introduced myself once, so quickly. I'm Dan.
Yeah.
I live in Knightdale, North Carolina, which is 20 minutes outside of Raleigh. I really like American football, not soccer, football. So when season happens, or could happen, I get way too into the stats. That's my main hobby. Who are you?
Hi.
I don't know you!
My name's Mark Stroop. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I have 2 kids and a wife. The wife is how I got the kids, but I won't explain that now. We have 2 dogs, a cat, and 2 days ago, a turtle from some creek way off in the woods came into our backyard and dug holes and not planted, they don't plant eggs, but put eggs in the ground, whatever. So I guess we have some turtles too now. And my hobby is I really like to go mountain biking and try to pretend to look awesome. That's what
Show of hands, who thinks it's crick and not creek?
Creek.
Creek. Nope, just me? Okay.
Creek.
Nope. Never mind
What are you
that.
even saying?
What is
You
crick?
don't even know.
I've heard crick before, but that's...
Not
Whatever.
right.
All right.
So great to know you. Get to know you a little bit today. Here's the first question I want to start with, and we're coming to Sophia. I'd like you to answer this question from your perspective in Puebla. How has COVID impacted your school year this year and the feelings that you're having and things like that?
Well, my school was pretty quick enacting. Fortunately, it's a university really, and it has its own high school. So it was easier for the teachers to transition. It was really sad though, because here we had a holiday celebrating a historical event. I think it was, I don't remember. I don't really remember. But we were all like, well, we'll see you on Tuesday instead of Monday. And then we didn't see each other for like, 5 months. I haven't seen my friends in 4 months. It was hard focusing on schoolwork. If it's already hard to focus with the teacher in front of you, it's harder when they can't see you and you can't see them. Homework. As for homework, it was weird because they actually gave us more homework virtually than when you're actually there. Ironical. And other than that, tests were really different. Our school didn't ask us to be in the camera because they already had their own platform. It was just like, there's this set of questions. The teacher doesn't even know you're there. Just answer them and you're done. Like my finals were literally that. Just wake up at this hour, answer your test, and you can go back to bed. And it was like, yes, finally. So I was grateful for that.
During the season, like what type of emotions are you and your friends having in Puebla during all of this?
I kind of battled with anxiety, so it was like, great, I'm just locked here. Really, it was weird. At first, it felt weird celebrating my birthday like this. Our friends and I try to keep in touch a lot. We tried sharing news about what was going on. We tried calling each other every now and then, but it's hard because everyone is trying to cope with their own feelings. You're trying to understand what's really going on, that you can't really communicate it with someone else. So
a lot of
and my parents,
hard feelings that you're dealing with right now. Definitely.
Yes, and my parents are split, so it's not like I have mom and dad. I'm just with mom, and I'm worried about dad because he's a cop. Yeah. So it's just like, okay, trusting God really hard on this one.
Definitely. Well, thank you for sharing. Definitely, Abby. I would love to hear what type of emotions and experience are you having right now with this COVID season.
Yeah, it's been similar for school for me too. Definitely like lonely. For school, it was like one instant we were in school, everything was going like great, you know, like normal. And then like an instant, like boom, like we're at home, I'm really not learning anything. It's kind of hard to learn online. Yeah, but definitely it did like take a big toll on like me and my friends too. We went from like seeing each other like almost every day and like hanging out on weekends to like barely seeing each other, like talking on FaceTime or text. And yeah, it was definitely like lonely because we couldn't see each other, and full of fear too, because like this thing is like literally taking over the world, and like we didn't know much about it. And then definitely like it was kind of all overwhelming, and then full of uncertainty, like is everything gonna get back to normal, or like what's gonna happen? So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating that both of you expressed very similar emotions. Carlos, I would love to hear how COVID's impacted the church down there. Like, how does it impact your Sunday mornings? How you all trying to figure that out? Like, what's been the impact?
Well, the first thing that happened is that they told us we couldn't meet anymore. So we had to go virtual, like so many churches have done. And at first we thought it was going to be a month or 2 months, but now it keeps going and going and going. So I would say a lot of what we are experiencing is uncertainty. Like, you cannot really plan for anything. You plan for what you would like to do next week, but you don't know if you're going to be able to or not. And part of the Mexican culture is very social. Yeah. And we express affection a lot physically. So to not be able to be together. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need to train you up, bro. But I would think the hardest thing for people has been that, and they have expressed it. You know, people keep asking me, when are we gonna get together again? Mm-hmm. And it's very hard not to be able to tell them a certain date.
Yeah, For sure. And Mark, I don't want to speak for you, but I'd love to hear how like you've seen, even hearing this, like we are hours apart by flight, but we're all feeling this uncertainty, this loneliness, this anxiety, this stress.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating to hear that we're all people in this moment, and your phone is going off again, Mark.
It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. I turned it off. Sorry, guys. My daughter was trying to FaceTime me, and I had my phone on vibrate, but it's still ringing. I don't understand. Go ahead.
So anyway, Mark, I want you. Can you talk briefly about this idea that we are all people in this? We're all people experiencing this moment. What are your thoughts around that?
Man, I think it's all impacting us. Like we're all feeling this. Like none of us is left out or secluded or isolated from experiencing all this. And I think for me, I've noticed just that same sort of issue, like hitting me, like just in terms of how I interact with my friends, and I see less of them, and the people I've noticed I do see more, which is kind of great in a sense because I'm closer to them now as all my neighbors and their kids and stuff, and that's great. But I still feel like they're cool, but I feel like I'm missing out on so much more also. And so, but I'll tell you this, honestly, as a dad, I know Pastor Carlos, your father as well, but I've seen my son and my kids are looking at the way my son and my daughter looking at the way things are, and just really, it's very strangely longing to go back to school. They want school. Like in the summer, I'll give it up. I just want to go back to school where real people are. And so I've seen how they're frustrated. I've seen how they're lonely, and it's really, as a dad, it's starting to eat away at my insides and my heart. It really hurts. And so, but I'm trying my best to spend most of my time with them and doing creative stuff with my kids, especially when they can't reach their friends. And so I'm just trying to give them and my family as much as I possibly can to look forward to.
And I just want to re-say this, hearing this, students, as you watch this, recognizing that we're all people in this. We're all feeling similar things. We're all experiencing this moment and feeling about it. I wonder how aware we are, though, of the impact this COVID has had on countries or cities or neighbors or friend groups that aren't our own. I wonder if we just pause and ask the question, how is this impacting someone who lives in Puebla?
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, Sophia, we'll come to you first. Where's your focus been during this season, and how has your specific culture kind of reacted to COVID?
Well, us Mexicans, we're stubborn. We don't like being told things. And like Carlos said, we're really social. So when they told us stay home, don't see other people, try and avoid big crowds, don't just distance yourself from everybody. And it's hard because we're used to eating with our family every Sunday. We're used to just hanging out every day. Even after school, we just stay there just because we don't want to go home and we just want to stay there. Or birthdays are a huge thing or stuff like that. We really like connecting with people, especially with family. And now the fact that we can't even see our family, it's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
Like I said, my dad, he just drives by, says hi, drops something off if we need anything, and just leaves. And it's like, okay, I didn't get to hug you. I didn't get to know how you are. I didn't get to know anything. And we are hard workers. We know that we need to go in day by day. Some people actually do live day by day. If I don't get money today, I won't be able to eat tomorrow. So it's really hard, and people are like, you know what, I just have to keep on working, even if I have to hide from the cops from this, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. And that's the hardest part, because what we really have here is little businesses.
Yeah.
So those little businesses live on that day to day.
Yeah.
And some people have to go there day to day to get their food. So it was really a chain reaction.
Yeah. Man, and
that's
so true, like everywhere. How like everyone is, the impacts of each person's life, each person's story is being drastically impacted. I mean, I love how you mentioned like you're such a family-centered culture. How like you miss seeing family. Abby, do you find yourself wanting to spend more time with family or more time with friends? And would you say that your students in America want their family first or their friends first right now?
Right now, I think at first it was family because for me, I didn't get to see my family much. We were always like separate practices. Everyone was just everywhere. But I think as it went on, we started getting tired of family because we see them like every day. And so now I think it's friends. I think that we want to see our friends because we want someone different perspectives and things like that. So yeah, I think it's more friends now.
I think that's one of the more fascinating part of this conversation. We are all experiencing similar emotions, but because of our cultures, we kind of express our actions a little bit differently. Like in America, we're a little more individualistic. What I want is what I'm going to go do, and it's less about family and more about me. So that causes us to say, I've had my time with family. I'm going to go hang out with friends because my family's whatever. I'm sure Sophia and Carlos hearing that, you're like, but family. Family's what you should go first because they're your family. And I think it's fascinating to just understand that cultures are different. But even though people are the same, we're all experiencing the same feelings. We express, we act differently because of our cultures. Carlos, I would love to hear some of the ways you've seen people in your church reacting, and what have they been doing to kind of mitigate the stress, mitigate the anxiety in themselves during the season?
Well, one of the hidden blessings in all this is that it forced us to look at ways to remain connected in spite of the fact that we cannot get together. So we've been looking more to technology. And because people are spending so much time at home, we actually have more time to like connect through Zoom or Skype or to see broadcasts, what we do on Sundays. One of the things we did from the very beginning is to try to instill a sense of this is not about me, but this is about what we're all experiencing. So look at somebody else in the church, look at your community, look at your family, and ask yourself, is there something I can do for somebody else? The first thing, prayer. And it's been really great because it has shown us again, not just the power of prayer, but the impact it has on another person when you say, I want to pray for you. How can I pray for you? And people are feeling needs very deeply right now. So to have somebody pray for them is great. Giving people rides to the grocery store. Mexico is not a culture of cars like it is in America. A lot of people don't have cars, and they're afraid to use public transportation now. So if I offer somebody, hey, I'll take you to the grocery store, that's a huge help. Or take people to doctor appointments or get some medicine for them. So try to look at how other people are being affected. We also encouraged the people in our church when this all started, like Ana Sofia said, we have a lot of like street vendors of food, and we all have our favorite people that we go to and we get a tamal or a taco.
Yes.
And so we just had this idea at the beginning of this thing is just go up to them and say, look, I spend about 100 pesos with you a month. Let me give them to you because I'm not going to see you this month. And it's that thing about, don't think just about how you are being affected, but how can you be a blessing to others during this time?
Man, I love that heart, because that's getting to the next big idea here is your church is being active in your community. You're recognizing that you are part of the body of Christ, and all of us living as part of the body of Christ have the opportunity to be a positive impact to the community that we're placed in. And that call to reach, to love, to care, to give, to serve is the same where you're at and where we're at. It's the same type of needs that we're trying to meet. So I would love to hear from Mark. I'd love to let you speak to this.
It's okay. I'm not as important as they are.
I'm going to ask Sophie and ask your question, but I want to let you jump in.
Okay. What's the question?
So the question, can you just expound on that idea of being the body of Christ in this moment, and what we should be doing and thinking?
Yeah, I think part of it is us as the Americans, the Christians here in America. Like we have to move away from. You mentioned it earlier. Stop being so me-centric to being us-centric. To be about the rest of the people who are experiencing what we're going through. But really, man, I think we have to seek to really understand and see how this all is affecting other people and our friends and our family, really in ways that may be different from mine. So to hear from Anna Sophia and Pastor Carlos to understand what they're experiencing, because I don't have to worry about getting on a bus and be fearful to get, but I also have a car to go my own too. But that all plays into the bigger picture that we're all experiencing things differently. And man, I just need to stop and listen, and I need to consider. And I really got to essentially take time to stop and think about and realize the discomfort of the uncertainty and the frustration that's going on is being felt by everyone and not just me. So so in a way, if everyone's feeling this, then maybe there's low-hanging fruit. There's a great opportunity, an easy opportunity to access, to connect with others that I need to take advantage of more often. And because all the way people are arguing here in the States, I don't know about there, but people are arguing in the States about, I don't want to wear a mask. You should. You better not. And then people they're getting in each other's faces, and they're having some arguments. And but man, there's opportunities in that disagreement to have a conversation, to get to know each other, to understand people's heart. And so for me, I don't know if you want me to stop here, Dan, but I can talk about serving others. Like,
that's part of it. So I would love to hear from Abby, maybe Sophia, ways that you've engaged in serving during the season. Let's start with Abby. How have you kind of stepped into a serving mentality as a family or with your friends?
So what I've been doing during this time, like Mark mentioned with the masks and stuff, I've been like following all the rules and guidelines and things like that because I think it just shows respect and for people who might be high risk or who are scared of this, that it shows that you care for them and you care for their well-being and things like that. So I think that's a small gesture that you can do to show that you care. I actually have been also like serving. I went to this place called Carol's Kitchen. Have you ever heard of that? It's a nonprofit for women who get out of jail, and they give them jobs. And so after like all the rallies that have been happening, I actually went and like helped clean up. So like just go out in the community and like try and find something. I know it's hard because like COVID and everything, but there are some things out there that you can do, I feel like. So
yeah, no, that's so cool. And when I heard that you were going to a location to serve, I mean, that's that mindset of being others first. Carlos, speaking about going to the vendor, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to see you for a month, but I'm going to pay for tacos I'm not going to eat just because I know you need it. Like, that is an others-focused mentality. You know, stepping into that kitchen, saying, we're just here to serve because I know that you need this. That is being the body of Christ. Sophia, have you done anything to serve, to reach, to love your community?
Well, on my own, I try and check in with maybe not just my close friends, but people I haven't talked to in a while. For example, a friend, for a year we were in another state, and I remember she wasn't feeling so well emotionally. And I was like, okay, how are you doing? Is everything okay? Do you need me to pray for you? And just because COVID stopped everything doesn't mean ministry stopped. Actually, a few weeks back, of course, social distancing and everything, we went to give out groceries to now the outskirts of the city. It's a church that we've been working with for years now. And it was just talking to the people and just being like, it's okay, God is with us. And God through us is giving you this gift because we know you have these needs, because the church went out looking for the people that would be most in need. And we tried to not sort of gather them, but in little times at like 5 each, and just social distancing. Okay, you're over there, we have this here you go, God loves you. And what I really liked is that we wrote verses or sayings like God loves you in the grocery bag. And we were like, okay, the only condition for you to get this bag is to read what's in it.
Yeah.
And it was so heartwarming how some people even started crying because of what they read.
And the impact that's available to us as a church body in this season is just astronomical because there's so many needs, and the Bible is very clear that we should go serve it. What's a good verse, Mark, that speaks to the servant heart?
Yeah. So Abby and both you and Sophia, you I'm hearing this. I'm hearing that heart in you guys to serve, and so that's so. For those who are watching, by the way, Anna, Sophia, and Abby are both students, but not here together, but separately. They're still students, and so it's so great to hear students and inspiring to hear students do this, because in 1 Peter 4:10-11, the word says each has received a gift. You've received some kind of ability, something that no one else maybe has, and it says use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's of good stewards of God's varied grace. Whoever speaks as one who speaks oracles to God of God. Whoever serves as one who serves by the strength that God supplies, in order that in everything God may be glorified through Jesus Christ. So it's God gives us the ability to glorify Him with the gifts and the strengths and even the weaknesses He's supplied us with, so that He could be made much of, so that His glory could be brought the attention to. And it's not about us. And it's really when we humble ourselves and we surrender ourselves and we see ourselves not as vessels for my thoughts and my experiences, what I want, but as vessels for God to use for His glory and His name to be known. It changed our perspective of what it looks like to serve people.
And that's the point of being the body of Christ. We exist to serve others because we're not living for ourselves. It's not about us anymore. Together we can impact the world. We are an ecosystem of believers that are entering into our communities to change lives, to die to ourselves and to live for others. So Carlos, how are some ways that your church, we're kind of going to end on this idea, what are some practical ways your church is changing and blessing your community?
Mainly through getting the message of God out. One of the blessings that we have received through this using of technology is that we're actually able to reach more people. Things get put online and they're there for whenever you want to look at them. So the past, I've lost track of time, but I think it's been like 3 months. Our messages have been on where is God in adversity. And what we've been seeing is that God is not only present, but He's very much at work. I think another blessing that we've received is that people have realized through this situation how very, very little control we have as to what happens around us. And how, everybody had plans for this summer or for the months that have gone by, and they're not happening. And we cannot control that. A lot of people don't know what their life is going to be like once this is over. They've lost their jobs. The rhythm of life has been. But the one thing that remains is that God is still God. And none of this caught Him by surprise. He knows exactly what He's doing, and He's working in each one of us. When you start telling people those things, they sit up and listen. And they go like, tell me more about this. I had a person this week, and it wasn't even part of the message on Sunday. It was just mentioned. And they said, you talk about having a purpose in life, that God gives you purpose. Please tell me about that. And this is a person that has a successful business, that has a beautiful family, and you would think she's doing great. And yet she came to me and said, I don't have a purpose. Help me find my purpose. So we're seeing, from my perspective as a pastor, I guess I talked about, the girls talk about things that they do to meet material needs, but we also have an incredible opportunity to meet people's spiritual needs.
That's so good. And, the incredible thing is that hope that's available in Christ is open for anyone. And all we have to do is step out and play our part. As First Peter said, we have been gifted in ways to serve others. And here in Crossroads, we're actually providing 2 opportunities for our students to engage in serving. The first is outdoors, so if you feel comfortable going outside wearing a mask, we're partnering with Raleigh Dream Center the end of July 27th for a week to help put on an outdoor VBS, right, or something like that.
So our students can be a part of that. So
you can sign up online, that's fine. And we also have an in-home service opportunity for Durham Rescue Mission partnership that we put together. Both of those things can be found online. And the cool thing is about this is the intent is to not live for yourself in this moment, which is such a draw to do because we're all isolated, but say, no, I'm going to be intentional about being a part of the body, playing my small part, stepping into my community so we can share the spiritual love and meet the physical needs of the people surrounding us. This has been an incredible conversation. Thank you all for joining us. Carlos, I would love it if you just close us in a word of prayer, and then we'll let you all go this evening.
Certainly. Father, we thank you so much that as we just mentioned, you are God. This doesn't change who you are. This doesn't change your affection for us, your love for us, your good intentions for us. And a lot of that is how we impact those around us. And I just pray that through your Holy Spirit, you will guide us and not look at this as a time of just cruise through it and see what happens next, but to be looking out for the opportunities to share the message of the gospel and to be a servant to others. You have us, even though we might be isolated somehow, we're still in contact with people. There's still people near us, and help us see them with your eyes and bless them as you would bless them. To the glory of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank
We
you.
love the
Thank you
conversation.
for inviting
Everyone in
us.
the comments,
Yeah.
make sure you say thank you. Give them a like, share it. Be
I
great.
just got to say this before you guys go. I'm an extrovert, as you might be scared of or might be aware of. But Anna Sophia, it is so great to see you. Pastor Carlos, I've seen you some, but it's great always to see you even more. And Abby,
You're here too.
you're here too. So, I'm just kidding. It was so great to see all of you. I need this. I need people. So thank you so much, guys.
You all have a good evening. See you later.
Thank
Man, what an incredible conversation, Mark.
Yeah.
If we just for a moment in America, our students could just for a moment realize they're part of a world of people, 7 billion people alive
So
right now,
much bigger than just
who are
you.
experiencing this, and that each of us, by playing our part, can literally change the world for God. And it's simple ways like serving with Raleigh Dream Center at the end of July, to doing an at-home Durham Rescue Mission Serve project where you're putting together simple things that go on stuffed animals. Like both of those things, like I said,
But those little steps can go so far.
can be found online for them to do. So step into your community, become active this week in serving. Be watching your emails and the text message group, which if you're not in, you can join by texting CRFSM to 94090, and you will get email this or text message this week letting you know how you can sign up for the Raleigh Dream Center Serve Project in July and the Durham Rescue Mission's at-home Serve Project anytime you want.
Yep.
Man.
We want you and need you to stay connected. And I just got can I leave them with a thought?
Leave them with a
I have a thought. If nothing else, the conversation tonight that we've had with Pastor Carlos and Sophia and Abby, I'm just kidding, and Abby, I was struck with this thought that like God controls what we can't.
Yeah.
God always can when we can't. And so what we're seeing, what unites us all is that when we can't deal with the world around us, we don't know what's going on. God is still at work, like Pastor Carlos said. So I love that thought. Because it's true.
Make sure you step in a community. Join us on Instagram, students.crossroads. Text in to the 94090 and share this conversation because you heard, you learned, you experienced something that hopefully was good. Share this with your friends and then have a conversation with it.
And we ate crickets for you. So come on.
So we're going to end the show tonight with a special tribute song to Joe. You might have noticed that the last 2 weeks, Joe Gosselin is not on the show. We've reformatted the show. And when that reformatted happened, we took the opportunity for Joe to go back to his real life. You've all heard that he's been transitioning out of his job, and he needed to step back from this so that he could step into figuring out what his next thing was.
That's right.
So we love you, Joe. Thank you for the 14, 13, how many episodes you did with us. They were so much fun. But to honor you well,
Joe,
we had to do something for you, and that was create a special thank you spoof song for Joe.
I am both excited and worried and freaking out about how this might come across. But you know what, Joe? The heart was there and you're worth it.
We love you, Joe. So, students, when you see Joe, make sure you say thank you for being on the show, for helping us out, for doing everything you did. And Joe, this is for you.
Hey, Joe.
Who said that?
It's me.
And me. I'm here too.
We were wondering if after all this time we'd go to Sheets to say thank you.
I prefer Wendy's Frosties are my favorite.
We've been so close to Amelia, we hadn't done much eating.
I could eat.
Hey Joe.
Oh, she said, hey Joe, my bad.
Writing Shakespeare.
Nope.
We're just sitting here screaming about what is soon to be. We're so hungry and want some tea. We've forgotten how it felt before you came and smelled our feet. Such a difference between us, our four different smiles.
I love your smiles.
Thank you from the outside. Thank you for the 1,000th time to say thank you for everything that you've done. Headed to the moon, forever by you unknown. Thank you from the outside. Can we get you a few French fries to tell you we're thankful for making the show? Here's a food platter meant to share you a heart metaphor.
I don't think that's a metaphor.
It's probably a simile. A simile's like her ass.
Hey Joe, cow jar for you.
What?
It's not typical to give them as a goodbye gift. Not sorry. I hope you enjoy the smell.
Huh?
Don't breathe it in too much, you'll make it frown just like nothing will happen. Here's a secret we make an oath to you. Mark is gonna drop around.
Do what now?
So thank you from the outside. Thank you for 1,000 times. We say thank you for everything